4 years ago when we first started this, we knew that the students were not happy. They were growing up in this completely new world. The technology was a component of how they operated outside of school. It was how they lived, yet when they came to school for learning, all those components were turned off. Teachers were frustrated because they knew the engagement wasn't there. They weren't getting to their kids like they wanted to get to them. And they were in desperate need of a different resource toolkit than what we were providing in the past.
The kids already go out and seek out information. If they want to know something, all they have to do is pick up their phone, and in 2 seconds, they know the information. And I think harnessing that in class is huge.
We came to the conclusion we have to start with changing instruction. We started to focus on Web 2.0 integration into the classrooms, digital citizenship, and we wanted mobility. We wanted our kids to use mobile devices in their education setting.
People were already, trying to hide what they were doing on their cell phones or laptops because it was illegal by the school rules, and so by opening it up, we got more freedom and things moved a lot faster.
The biggest thing for me was the engagement. It was instant. We were learning figurative language and we were looking up lyrics from music, and they became totally interested in words. They were really truly pulled into the learning.
What we wanted to do in Katy is to bring that anytime, anywhere access and put it inside the educational setting. So now that school day isn't limited from 7:30 to 3:30. That school day could extend for however long those kids need it to be.
Now let's work on policy projects.
One of the things I've been able to bring into the classroom is taking the information set and instead of presenting it in class, sending that part home as a videotaped lecture, as an internet-based presentation, having the students do that part as homework. And then in the classroom, you engage the students in discussion. You as a resource are available, standing at their shoulder, able to answer questions and interact with them with the content. What they need from us is interaction.
When I look at Web 2.0 and its impact on instruction, a couple things jump out at me very quickly. It's a collaborative space. It's an online space, the blogs and the wikis and the videos and the podcasts. This is what these kids do outside of school. And once we brought that into our curriculum, into our classrooms, that's where we saw it explode.
When I walk into a Katy ISD classroom now, I absolutely see the students are all working in groups. They have these devices out, and sometimes an individual student will have multiple devices on their desk because they're researching on one and actually putting in the information or videotaping on another one.
The project environment is open, it's collaborative. Now that we have open access to the internet, the projects are richer, they're more full, they're more real. They discover things that I never thought of.
When I first heard about the Katy Technology Initiative, I was ecstatic, and I totally I've seen the teachers talking about the engagement, and that's so huge, and I see it in my kids. This is what grabs their attention. This is what makes learning fun for them.
Each of these kids at each of these levels, they're on the internet in some form or fashion. So we've incorporated in digital citizenship at each of these levels as appropriate. So by the time our kids graduate as seniors, they understand the appropriate use of technology, they understand the appropriate use of the internet, and they also understand what it means to live as a digital citizen responsibly. What we're offering in Katy ISD is a new way of instructing, a new way of allowing kids to learn in their own style with their own personal devices. This is the way they're going to live and operate for the rest of their lives, and we're helping prepare them for that, and that's exciting.